Good evening and welcome to PreciseAlgorithmTrading.com. Hey, I want to go through the markets. It is Tuesday, May 9th, 2023, and man, we are in one of these holding patterns right now where this thing is just, it's patience. Patience is a tough thing, especially in these markets, but I'm going to try to help guide you through that because that is what we're up against right now. Right now, this is the S&P 500, and it is red. And boy, it feels like it wants to go higher. We got target dots to the upside on the right-hand side over here. We got target dots on the left-hand side on the weekly charts too, but it's red. So right now, uh, my indications are, the risk is to the downside. But that can flip. In fact, a day or two ago, when we had this price moved up here on the 8th, which is, like I say, today's the 9th. That was yesterday. We're already building tomorrow's candle. Um, when it was moved all the way up here, we actually got a buy signal, I think, on the True Momo indicator, and it felt like, well, actually, the fact that it moved up so high on Friday and then was acting like that on Monday, it felt like it was going to go underwater, and it did. Um, there's a lot of reasons to think this market could go down, so I'm wondering if that's not more reason why it might go up. So it's just because the market's counterintuitive all the time, and I've got bullishness over here on the weekly chart, including the 1272 extension that's showing. That's actually from the daily extension shown. We got a lot of range inside the weekly red trail scan indicator down here that this thing could pull back probably all the way to that diagonal line without breaking the red trail scan to the downside. Although if it did that too hard over here on the daily, we would certainly break the daily, and we've already, I don't know. There's an awful lot of reasons why I want to be bullish right now, and really all I'm doing is going to just follow the market. So the S&P 500 is bullish still on the weekly. It's bearish on the daily. Let's look at the NASDAQ. I did not turn off all my background stuff on this, so it's going to take a second to load. NASDAQ's still up. It's bullish on the daily. I'm sure it's bullish on the weekly. The Dow is the one that's probably been, well, the Russell's been lagging the most. But the Dow actually, that is a squeeze, and it is fired. And it is fired bearish, so that'll be interesting to see if we get follow through to the downside. The reason I say it's fired bearish is because it's firing, and it's the True Momo indicator is momentum is down, no doubt about it. The weekly is also down. It's got a latest down signal. If we get a down signal and we stay inside of a range that's happened in the last couple weeks here, and then we pull back up again, that actually, from an energy standpoint, this market has been regaining energy as it's gone sideways here. We could pull back somewhat still, and then still take a shot higher. So let's look at all the internals before we actually get too far that direction. The bottom line is we take these signals on a daily basis and see where we're going. This is also a big deal. The Russell here, and you'll see it on our automatic trading system. Our Russell actually held up today pretty well, and we've got this downward sloping megaphone pattern or descending wedge pattern that's been on here for a while. So those things ultimately always break to the upside eventually, It's just because you can't have a downward sloping megaphone pattern forever. Um, and the market's going to eventually go back to the mean. And at this point, the mean is, depends on where we want to draw that from, but it's at least 1804. So, all right, and then the oil market went up by 0.95% today, at least on the USO contract here. The crude oil futures contract, this is what I talked about yesterday. We're up here against this moving average. I would expect it to literally like bounce around up here a little bit and then probably fall from there. What else do we have? Bonds. I was long bonds, or I guess I should say I am long bonds. And I'm still long bonds because we got a long signal over here on the weekly. Although this is a wide ranged trading range that's going to go from, let's call it 102.5 up here to 109, thereabouts, 109.50 maybe. So if it fails here and we get a down signal also on the weekly, then I just got to get out. But it's been thrashing back and forth in that zone. Alright, and then we're going to flip over. We're going to look at the bullish percent charts. I don't think the industrials moved today. They didn't. The NYA down by 0.38%. The NASDAQ itself minus 0.36%. The the SPX minus 1.18%. The OEX, the S&P 100, up by 1.85%. This is what I'm talking about. The NASDAQ's the same way, I believe. The NDX up by 4.08%. So the OEX and the NDX are giving us kind of a heads up. Those are I don't know if they're the largest stocks or the most popular stocks. I think they're the largest stocks in the S&P 100 and the NASDAQ 100. And so those are the ones that are popping right now. And if they reverse, then I think the rest of the market will follow, at least in a short term period of time. Then we go over to our automatic trading system, and I went into this pretty in depth last night, so I'm just going to buzz through it quick tonight. This is the YM. We're still down, been down the last couple days, even though I've recalibrated this a little bit. On the 6-month chart, it looks fine. It looks actually pretty good, and we're looking for it to do some breakouts and hopefully maintain these higher highs and higher lows. This is the Russell, which was a breakout nice win today. That trade, I think that's one trade that really only looks like that. It's a blip on the chart on the 6-month basis. And then the NASDAQ today and yesterday actually it was a pullback. We've had a little bit of a pullback up in the last day or so, and we got to regain all those and take out the new to make a new equity peak. And that's what it looks like on a 6-month chart. So all's well, and hope everybody's holding through this. It literally is a patience period. We just have to react and keep moving forward. Take care, guys. Have a great night and have a great day trading tomorrow.